So Minnesota's billion-dollar tax fraud isn't just a rumor anymore. It's now been confirmed. And it took not a giant media organization. It took a single independent journalist by the name of Nick Shirley to blow this story. And it just is very concerning when we have something like this happening right under the government's noses. And we just continue to keep on keeping on. Without further ado, we're going to dive into some clips to see what exactly is going on here.
Is there a reason why a 23-year-old YouTuber in a hoodie has done more in one day to expose Somali Democrat fraud than all the media combined?
Here in Minnesota, massive fraud is taking place within the government and the Somali population. Here, this building alone, Quality Learning Center, is a daycare, yet they spelled learning wrong and they said leering. This daycare alone in 2025 has received $1.9 million from the government. And the strange things about these childcare centers is there's no one here right now. It's midday on a weekday. If you were to try to go inside, it's completely closed and the windows are all blacked out. No one's working. Midday, children should be in here, and this place is licensed for 99 children, and this is the outside. There's no windows, no nothing, and like I said, they literally spelt the word wrong on their sign. This is open and blatant fraud taking place here inside of Minnesota. The government is complicit with this, and this is just one of the hundreds of child daycare centers here inside of Minneapolis being ran by the Somali population.
Don't tell me that there's no way that nobody knew about this, right? So somebody might have turned a blind eye, and you just have to wonder, what is going on here? Is this really America? Is this the USA?
It's sad that it's happening here in Minnesota, and it stinks that it's happening and it's being labeled on the Somali population. However, that's just the facts of what's happening here inside of Minnesota. $1.9 million for this daycare center that can't even spell learning right.
Children here in your child care?
Which childcare name is a lot of
Minnesota Child Care right here. It's from the state of Minnesota's website. We're just wondering where the children are.
Where the children are?
Yeah, where are the children? It says you have 102 children here, and you got $2.66 million this year in funding, and $2.5 million last year. We're just wondering where the kids are.
And who are you?
My name is Nick Shirley.
Nick Shirley.
And where are you? Which department?
Oh, we are from ourselves.
Yeah.
Hello, we'd like to ask where the money's going.
Whoa, that is so aggressive, yo. Like, she's asking which department. No, ma'am, he's from the Department of Individual Journalism. So you don't know where he's from, and I don't think you have him under your wallet, right? So that is why she quickly closed the door, because she doesn't know who sent him. And she probably wasn't expecting this confrontation. Lord knows how long this has been going on for. In the next clip, I actually had some reservations about sharing it because I didn't want it to be like it's rage bait, but I just wanted to just show you just so you can see.
You work all day, you don't got Thank you for working so hard so I can be home all day, free. I can use my EBT. Go to work for me, white boy, white girl. Yeah, go to work for me, you white animals. Work for me. And the U.S. government they work for me. All of you work for me. Now go to work.
I mean, I'm sorry to be laughing, but I don't know if he's being serious. But you know how what they say about jokes, right? There's a reality and a bit of truth in every joke. So do with this whatever you will.
If you haven't seen the video that Nick Shirley posted recently saying, quote, "I investigated Minnesota's billion-dollar fraud scandal," you need to take a look at it. It's pretty freaking shocking, actually. Basically, Nick went out there to do some investigative journalism on specifically locations that participate in Minnesota's child care assistance program, which subsidizes child care for low-income families. Now, throughout this visit, he spent time at multiple facilities throughout Minneapolis, primarily Somali-owned or operated facilities, and they found some pretty insane stuff out there. One center specifically was licensed for over 100 children, but it was completely deserted, empty. They're allegedly receiving around $2.66 million a year from taxpayer money. Another place had their sign misspelled. It was supposed to say quality.
Of course, right? The bank of the taxpayers. I mean, this just makes my blood boil, right? Like, because you see how they come after people for those tax dollars, and then look at how they spend it. They can't even make sure that it's being well spent. I mean, there's just zero respect for the tax dollars. And it's just like as if it's the bottomless pit of money that they can always rely on, and they don't really have any accountability of how it's being spent, no care in the world, because after all, it's not their money, right? It's not their sweat.
Quality Learning Center, and it was misspelled as Quality Leering Center. And that was licensed for 99 children, but reportedly receiving about $1.9 to $4 million in taxpayer money with no children there at all, which was corroborated by a bunch of local residents out there that claimed they had not seen any children enter or exit the facility since like 2017. That's just 2 locations. That's just 2 places. Now, in this investigative journalism video that Nick Shirley did, his team and him documented over $110 million in questionable payments across several sites in just one day of visits. A lot of these daycare facilities or childcare facilities that had no kids in them are referred to as ghost daycares or front companies, which are part of a broader pattern where funds are allegedly misused and funneled, sometimes potentially to terrorist organizations like foreign terrorist organizations in Somalia, like Al-Shabaab. Anyway, they uncovered a lot of stuff just going out there doing some basic civilian investigative journalism, and he crushed it. So I highly encourage you to check him out. He's all over the place. He's going viral everywhere right now for the work that he does. Anyway, his name's Nick Shirley. Check him out.
Yeah, so his name is Nick Shirley, and he's done the work that you have like the CNNs, the Fox News, all those other guys. I guess they're too busy covering like the other country news, right? Everything going on in other countries and whatnot. So actually focus on what is going on under their own noses. This one left me speechless, you guys. I want to hear from you guys down in the comments below. What do you think about this? Does this make your blood boil as much as it makes my blood boil? I don't live in the US, I live in Canada, but as you know, similar systems. So probably the same kind of BS going on here. Allegedly, I don't know. We don't have any individual or independent journalists that have blown any stories like these that I've heard of. But feel free to share it down in the comments below if you're in Canada and you've heard something like this going on as well, or even in the UK or Australia, right? Like I think it's probably happening in all these countries, and it just doesn't get talked about enough. It doesn't go mainstream and just flies under the radar. But shout out to Nick Shirley for bringing light to this story, and be sure to give this video a like and a subscribe. And until next time, peace.